What it do? Welcome to the crew. Go ahead and make it do what it do and make sure that like button blue. It's your boy Kidstacz coming back. And ladies and gentlemen, I believe I have the formula on how we can make Pokemon Unite better and or potentially talk us into getting us a sequel. Now, Pokemon Unite is a game that I love, and it's probably one that you love too, at least something you used to like. It brought something fresh to both Pokemon and mobile fans with fast-paced matchmaking, iconic Pokemon, and honestly, it had some really fun moments. But let's be real, for every good game, you probably had one where matchmaking was terrible. Now, I done had way too many matches where the matches were terrible, but we ain't gonna talk about that. The meta feels broken, and the end game just comes down to flipping a coin on Rayquaza. Either you get it and your team is up, or you get it and it just doesn't work out for you. Either way it goes, the flip potential on Ray is literally a heads or tail toss. So today, let's talk about how Timmy and the Pokemon Company can fix this game, or why Pokemon Unite 2 might be the only answer to fixing this game. Now, first up, we gotta talk about matchmaking. It is no secret that Unite rank system is completely random. Master rank does not really mean much when you can have solo players match with a full stack of 5. Now, I can't tell you how many times me and my lowly self getting off work all happy, ready to get on Pokemon Unite, and I'm faced up with a 5-stack team that has been sweating and grinding for 3 hours already. Yeah, just let that sink in. Or there are times where you're stuck with the same teammates that just downloaded the game yesterday and using their brothers' accounts, and they're 5. Let's be honest, they're not 5. They're really grown adults playing like this. We just gotta be real with ourselves. Then there's the issue of balance. New Pokemon often release incredibly overpowered or broken. I'm so sick of them releasing Pokemon that's behind a paywall, and obviously you're gonna have the whales that's gonna pay for it, obviously, and it's just all bad from there. They never really release these things perfectly balanced to kind of coexist with the existing Pokemon in the game. Don't know why they don't do that, but this is just how they release them. And we can't ignore the comeback mechanics. I get it. You want to keep matchmaking exciting until the last minute, but when an entire 10-minute match comes down to one ray, I can't tell you how many times I had the Squirt Bunny on Gold Getter hiding in grass, waiting for the last minute hit. Yeah, that happens a lot. It just doesn't really feel rewarding to the players that actually play the game the right way with the team, and this is just the outcome of it. It's just not rewarding at all. So with those few things, here's a few things that I feel like Timmy could do to kind of add to the game to fix it. First things first, fix matchmaking. Simple, right? Split solo queue from team queue. Let me say that again. Split solo queue from team queue. Does that make sense? Or are you still not following? There is no reason why I should ever be in a match with a team of 3, 2, or 5, period. If I'm going in as solo, I don't want the potential of the other teams going in as a 5-stack or a trio, and they're all on comms or they're communicative and they know how to move, where to go. If I'm gonna be in a match of randomness with myself and other people who are also solo, then I want the other team to also be in a match with solo where they're not on comms and randomness happens. I am perfectly fine with that. Second, please rework the MMR in this game. Give us true skill-based MMR. Right now, rank really feels like you're testing your skills rather than just putting you in a game where you have like-minded people that play the game the right way, respectfully. I ain't gonna hold you. There are a lot of people in this game that really do be throwing games and be getting ranked up because of how well their other teammates play. I have way too many teammates on my team that have done that plenty of times, and I'm not gonna hold you. There's been plenty of times where I don't even want to win the game because of those type of players. Third, remove the pay to win aspect. Now, this isn't really entirely a thing in Pokemon Unite, but to a certain extent, if I go into a match with items that just doesn't work for my mind, or they're not completely leveled up, I kind of miss out on the true potential and the true power that I could actually have for my mind. Other MOBAs do it perfectly fine, where you can have some kind of purchase system where you're setting up your items pre-game, where you're either you have to collect gold to, level up each item and stuff. Like, you could easily do that in like a Pokemon Unite 2 if we actually want to go down that road. If we're talking we can't add it to Pokemon Unite, let's talk about a Pokemon Unite 2 where we actually have lanes that are being pushed for minions and tower. But we're gonna get into that. We're just jumping the gun, but y'all understand what I'm saying, right? Another thing y'all can do is reward map control, strategy, and team coordination. In most MOBAs, if you control the field, it is that much harder for the enemy team to work their way back. I can't tell you how many times we're dominating. We are dominating the enemy team and a coin flip happens and they get Ray and they end up winning anyways. Now, there are times where we're dominating the other team, they get Ray and we still win anyways, but the fact of the matter is, it's too coin flippy to even be a thing to where you can be down so much, get Ray, and it doesn't even matter. It's literally the first 8 minutes of the game technically does not matter. At that point, from 0 to 8 minutes, focus on grinding, getting your levels and doing a team fight rather than worrying about trying to score goals. And because at the end of the day, as long as you get Ray and you have a good position where you can rip the enemy team and score, hey, you're in a good position to win the game, whether you're up or down. And lastly, which is a really big one, we need better pings. Role selection, please, for the love of everything. I can't tell you how many times I ran into a queue of everybody that don't want to do anything but just run attacker or speedster, sometimes all arounder, but nobody wants to play defender or support. It's ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous. Better pings, role selection, and a way to coordinate without to rely on outside apps, i.e. the Nintendo app or whatever the case. Hell, they have the new chat feature, so maybe, I don't know, the Switch 2 users could use the chat feature some kind of way with the other people that's playing the game on Unite that also have Nintendo Switch. I'm just spitballing and making up ideas here. And here's why I believe a sequel might be the only answer to fixing this game. Obviously, fixing Unite 1 is not really looking realistic at all. Bringing about a Unite 2 is really gonna give Timmy a clean slate to basically start from scratch. It gives them a clean drawing board to say, hey, this is where we messed up on Unite 1. This is what we need to do for Unite 2 to make it a hit, to make it something worth playing, rewarding the players that are actually grinding, rewarding the players that are actually playing the game, rewarding the players that are actually doing the right things, not being toxic, not going out there and just, you know, spamming pings or staying on base, not moving, you know, the stuff that we hate in Unite 1. Something unique that they also could bring, it could be Unite could offer draft modes for rank. Now, obviously with that comes with a different mode, so not necessarily saying all of rank should be draft mode, but it should have separate ranks as where you can do a draft mode or you can just do standard mode, which basically entails that, hey, in draft mode you can ban and you can actually pick your mod. In standard, you just call your role and then you just queue up with whatever teammates that you get. That'll actually be pretty dope. Another unique thing that they can add to the Unite 2 is regional theme maps. It'll be cool to have different maps based on the different regions from Johto, Kanto, Hoenn, Sinnoh. It'll be dope. It'd be dope to have different ones, and in each different region, it can feature different middle Pokemon. Like Kanto can have anywhere between Zapdos, Moltres, or Articuno. Johto could have Lugia, or Entei or Raikou if they don't plan on bringing them to the game. Hoenn could have Deoxys. Deoxys would be a really cool mid-mon. But y'all get where I'm going with this, right? And then obviously one of the biggest things, like I explained early, have a system to where we can win towers, lanes, add a mid lane, make jungle bigger, make the map a little bigger, make it harder for the enemy team to win games if you have great team coordination, great map control. Make it rewarding to the players that actually play the game the right way. And in the end, it's not about scrapping what works. It's about building on the foundation for the players that actually respect the game and play the right way with integrity, balancing progression, and basically like a long-term player satisfaction. Because let's be real, there's a lot of people that ended up quitting Unite because of the player progression. The way that you play the game is just, it's not rewarding as you actually think when you actually play the game. To sum this all up, Pokemon Unite is not a bad game. It's a game with massive potential, being held back from like basically short-term decisions and outdated systems. Whether it's going through big updates or a full sequel, I just want to see this game live up to what it really could be. Because let's be honest, I like the whole ideal of scoring to win goals and stuff like that. But traditional MOBAs, I'm not gonna lie, kind of win it over. So if they could somehow make Pokemon Unite 2 in the form of a traditional MOBA, maybe it might be more interesting. Maybe it might be more fun. Who knows? Maybe I could be talking about all of this for nothing and it could mean nothing. What do you think Unite needs to do in order for it to be saved? Would you want to see a Unite 2 sequel? If not, would you want them to make these major changes in Unite 1? Would you like to see them add a bigger map? Would you like to see them add a mid lane? What about a progression system that actually works for solo queue, duos, trios, and faucet? Hey, why not have a quad queue? Why not? At this point, it shouldn't matter. Just add a quad queue, because there's plenty of times where you might not have a full 5 stack, but you want to play rank. Add a quad queue. That would be beautiful, actually. Anyways, that's my little TED talk. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you did, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Don't forget to hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. You already know what it is. This your boy Kidstacz. I'm gonna give y'all back some time. I ain't gonna talk no more. Much love. Please change Unite. Peace.